Right, so here I am in the north of England at Robin Hood's Bay, and I'm recording a video today where I'm going to be having a look at the Tascam DR-05X. So the DR-05X, the Tascam digital recorder, is a great device that's got microphones, stereo, recording stereo, and is intended mostly as a field digital recorder. But what I've been using it for whilst I've been travelling around is to use the digital recorder as an audio interface, and I just wanted to show you how I'm doing that and how and why it's working for me. So first off, I've got this micro USB cable, and then that is plugging into the side there, and then the USB side is plugging into my hub, which is then going to plug into my computer. Then I've got a stereo 3.5mm jack that plugs into the top of the interface, the digital recorder, and then the other end of that plugs into a electronic music device. So in this instance I'm going to pick up the circuit tracks from Novation. So I'm just going to use the headphone socket to unplug the 3.5mm jack into the headphone socket, and then, like I say, with all the cables neatly arranged, just push that over to the one side. I'm going to also get my laptop in the mix, and in this instance it's a Apple MacBook Air. It's only got USB-C sockets, hence the need for the hub. Plugging the hub into one of the USB-C ports. Right, so I've got the laptop off to one side now. So I'm going to power up the Tascam digital recorder, and what it's showing me now is, because I've got the USB plugged in, it's actually letting me know that I can go into a series of options, and so I could actually mount the digital recorder as an SD reader, and so that's because there's a micro SD card in here, and so the audio files that have been stored on this can then be easily accessed from your computer. But in this instance, what I'm going to do is go down to the audio I-F, and what it's now asking me to do is to effectively confirm that I want to connect. So if I go down to the bottom and then the EXEC, so execute, I believe that's short for, I press the play twice, and what that's done is actually set up the digital recorder to act as an audio interface. And so what I'll do now is I'll flip over to Ableton Live, and I'll show you how that presents in Ableton Live. So here we are, I've got Ableton Live open. I've still got the Tascam digital recorder plugged in. I'm just going to power on the circuit tracks as well, so you can see powered on from the battery. And now right away, without any doing anything, I'm just going to show that by pressing play on the circuit tracks, audio is being received from the digital recorder. So but what I will do also here is I'll go into my settings, and you can see from the preferences that I now have the Tascam DR series in brackets 2 in, 2 out as a input and also as an output device. What I'm going to do though, and this is what I've been doing whilst I've been out and about, is I'm going to leave my MacBook Air speakers as the output device, and the audio interface is effectively taking the input from the circuit tracks, and then it will play through the MacBook Air. So if I press play now, what we can see is the audio is coming through the input that I've got set up, hardware input that's got set up, and when I press play on the Novation tracks, circuit tracks, that the audio is coming and playing through my MacBook Air speakers. Now, why this is particularly useful for me is because I don't have another set of speakers, so I'm only need to carry the laptop, and I can use that for basic monitoring of what's going on. I do have a set of headphones with me, but I don't want to be doing all of my work on headphones. It's just not the way I like to play music, and I don't want to have to carry either a set of studio monitors, which are impractical and don't fit in a laptop bag, or a lower quality set of like a Bluetooth speaker or something like that. So that's why that particularly works for me. Also, given the size of this digital recorder, this fits neatly in a laptop bag. I actually carry it in this hard drive case, and the cables you see that I was playing with, the USB cable and the stereo patch cable, they also sit in that carry case, so that again protects the device. These are kind of really available cheaply from Amazon and eBay and whatnot. Protects the device whilst it's in the bag, but also means I've got all of the bits and pieces I need to go with it. So I have when I'm in the studio at home, I have a Focusrite 18i20 audio interface. Got loads of inputs, loads of outputs, brilliant sound quality. I love it as an audio interface. However, it is a 19-inch rack mounted audio interface, and as a consequence it's not going to fit on my laptop bag. When I was planning this journey, it hadn't occurred to me that I could use this which I already owned as an audio interface. What I was intended to do was use the digital recorder purely as a way to capture audio, and then I'd either take the SD card out of here and then plug it into my into the hub, which has got an SD card reader, and then put that into the Mac and work from the audio there, or connect it up and then, like I say, send the audio from the digital recorder to the Mac, and again work with the audio. This is so much more useful for me because I can plug in a synth, have it recorded directly into Ableton Live, and also have that synth playing in a hybrid setup with the virtual instruments that I've got running Ableton Live as well. So, I mean, if you haven't got one of these already, then I would strongly recommend, if you're a mobile musician, especially with electronic music, and especially if you've got things like the circuit tracks or some Korg Volcas or other bits and pieces of gear that are fit into a bag nice and neatly, that you consider getting one of these little beauties, and also look at using it potentially in the audio interface mode. If you've enjoyed this video, then please do like, it and subscribe to the channel, where we make more how-to guides, and I do a bit of jamming and show you how I make my music, all electronic music focused. So yeah, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you sometime in the future.